microservices, lay out some home truths for you, in the way Sarah has in this book, can really help speed things up. This book is all about the nuance, about the multiple different choices that you'll face in getting from early adoption to some degree of maturity with microservices. It's rare we're offered a binary choice in this space, and rarer still that there is one right answer. But what Sarah does so well in this book is lay out the options and explain the context, giving you information to make the right choice for your situation. That doesn't mean that this is a book without opinions. Rather, it is one where Sarah shares her own view, but still gives you the space to think, reason, and pick your own path. In this increasingly busy world, you might find it difficult to justify spending the time to sit down with a book. But trust me, if you're struggling with the reality of microservices, the time spent learning the lessons this book shares will be paid back several times over. Sam Newman, independent consultant and author, East Kent, February 2024. Preface. Microservice architectures can be a very effective approach to speeding up delivery of value to your organization and customers, if you get it right. Get it wrong, and you can end up with a complex mess that makes operation and maintenance very hard and leaves you with small teams trying to support lots of services, some of which they've never touched. Adopting microservices goes beyond selecting an architectural approach. To be successful at doing microservices, you need to make cultural and organizational changes. You have to move toward autonomous, empowered teams. That means that many things that used to be someone else's concern are now the responsibility of engineering teams. You need to think beyond system design, architecture, and implementation. That includes considering how you will build systems that you can successfully operate in production, and how to maintain and manage them for the long term. You need to understand distributed systems architecture, and are likely to be more hands-on with at least some parts of your infrastructure. This book will help you with all of that. It gives practical advice on how to adopt a microservice architecture and how to make sure it still works for you once you are several years in, maintaining and sustaining your systems as they mature. Why I wrote this book. The focus of this book is how to benefit from microservices for the long term. I want you to avoid getting several years in and looking around to find lots of accidental complexity, with developers spending time on things that aren't providing business value. If you're already at that point, I want to help you tackle that. I built my first microservices in 2013, and I was still there, at the same organization building and operating the same systems 8 years later. That means I've seen the problems, tried to solve them, and been there long enough to know whether those solutions actually worked. During that time, I've worked in product development, operations and incident management, and engineering enablement. That's given me a wide perspective on how to approach microservices. My aim is to help you get to a point where you are using a microservice architecture successfully and sustainably. Who this book is for. This book is for senior engineers, architects, and technical leaders who are moving to microservices and wondering what that means for all the techniques and processes they currently use. It is also for those already using microservices who are struggling with the complexity and want to learn how other people have successfully met some of those challenges. I assume you are familiar with the fundamental concepts of software development and architecture, but I don't assume you already have experience with microservice architecture. I won't spend a lot of time on the details of specific technologies.